All right, now we turn to continuing coverage. One of the people convicted in the 2005 murder of Adrianne Reynolds will have a resentencing hearing this summer. Back on January 21st of 2005, 16-year-old Sarah Kolb choked 16-year-old Adrianne Reynolds in a car in a Moline Taco Bell parking lot. 17-year-old Corey Gregory then held her down and strangled her with a belt. 4 days later, Gregory led police to Adrianne's remains at Black Hawk. During a retrial in 2006, a jury found Kolb guilty of first-degree murder and concealing a homicidal death. Kolb was sentenced to 53 years in prison. Gregory pleaded guilty and was sentenced to 45 years. Then in 2023, Kolb appeared in court again, arguing the judge should have considered Kolb's age at the time of the crime, and that resentencing was denied. Now, both of these people have undergone a gender transition in prison. Sarah Kolb now goes by Shane. He's had his appeals denied. Corey Gregory now goes by Harley Quinn, and they will get another day in court this summer as their appeal will be reconsidered. And that means even more time in court for Adrianne's family. Earlier, her parents, Tony and Joanna Reynolds, joined us to talk about that experience. Tony and Joanna, thank you guys both so much for being here with us today. It's hard to believe, 21 years, and yet we're still here talking about this. When did you guys find out about the resentencing?
I don't know. It's been a while, but it kept getting, they'd tell us just say January, then they'd call us and it's canceled, or reset, whatever they call it.
I think we found out like towards the end of last year.
What did you guys think when they called you and told you this was happening again?
I just thought, well, here we go again, but he's done it so many times, we're getting kind of used to it. It's no big thing. Because I still myself think he isn't going to get any better than what he's got right now.
The judge did take his age in consideration because he didn't get the death penalty because of his age. He didn't get life in prison because of his age. But Corey Gregory did not take Adrianne's age into consideration when he gave Adrianne the death penalty.
And he's not the only one that went to trial. I mean, you guys have been in court countless times over the years. How many times do you think you've been back in court?
Back in court for him? Mm-hmm. I would say at least 10 or 12 times, if not more.
And Sarah Kolb, each trial she had was 3 weeks. And the first one was a deadlock. So we had to go out of town for another 3 weeks.
Does that ever get easier going back to court?
No, it don't. I don't even know the word to use, but it don't get no easier.
What do you think you're going to say to the judge this time around, this summer?
Well, I got to find out, can you use ugly words or not before I write mine? If not, I'll have to figure out some fancy words to replace them.
What do you think when you're in court and you're staring at this person and it's just year after year after year? What goes through your mind?
I always say the same thing when you guys ask that. I'm thinking about busting him in his mouth. That's what I think of.
But we wouldn't do that. We tried to be cordial, as far as the other families go, because they were hurting just like we were. But he is a punk.
Yeah.
So you said you believe this will maybe be the last time that Gregory will
Somebody
get to go
told
through
us
this
that.
appeal.
I don't know who it was, that prosecuting attorney or somebody. Something, whatever this time, is supposedly we won't hear from him no more.
Do you believe that?
No, somehow he'll figure out something.
We can only hope.
Yeah. But you got to give him credit. He don't quit. He's struggling. Yeah, like I say, he ain't gonna get nothing.
You guys have talked about, or Tony specifically, you said you don't think about Adrianne's killers as often. Instead, you think about Adrianne.
That's really a lot. When I said that, I just realized it myself. Like I said, I don't think about them. Think about Adrianne all the time. I still miscall some of the grandkids when I'm saying, I'll say it's Adrian going or instead of Jaden, you know. It's, I don't know, it's just something that I guess ain't never gonna go away.
I think some people think that we shouldn't talk about Adrian like we do, but we're not sweeping her memory under the bed. It's good to talk about her.
When you guys talk about her, when you think about her, what do you think of?
Some of the silly stuff that she did, you know. So Tony told Adrian that she couldn't dye her hair a funky color. She wanted to get it dyed, but it had to be like brown, you know. So she comes out of her bedroom and she had purple streaks in her hair. And I'm
How
like,
old was she?
16.
16, yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Adrian, what'd you do to your hair? She says, oh, I had this marker and it exploded and I had purple and I touched my hair, you know. And you know what? Some things are so unbelievable. It's like, why even get mad, you know?
I did want to ask you guys, you know, we posted this story last night and we were struck by the Facebook comments, and social media comments can always be wild. But more people seemed to be hung up on Gregory transitioning in prison than they were about the resentencing or anything to do with the case. And I wonder how you guys feel about that.
I didn't read it on Facebook yet. I need to. I didn't think about it. Well, you know, the people say ugly things anyway that they'll post it on social media that they wouldn't say to somebody's face, you know. But I don't care what he does, you know. It's his. I don't want to say it's his business. You know, I don't know who's paying for it. Apparently, the state, and that makes a lot of people mad. If you want that done, you should pay for it yourself. But if he wants it done and can get it done, I guess more power to him. Don't really bother me. He's just grasping, and if you can, it's all about hope in there. You hope something happens, you might get out, you hope, you know. And he's hoping one of these days he'll get a hold of something that's going to help him. And he's going to keep trying till then.
Well, then what about you guys? What gives you hope? Does anything give you hope when you think about resentencing?
I don't really, I guess I got myself talked into he ain't getting nothing less. He hasn't yet. And I just I don't worry about it. I know he ain't gonna get nothing.
I have kept the faith, and I look at it, the judges, they're people too. It could have been their child. Could have been their mother. Could have been anybody's family member. So that gives me some faith.
The Reynolds family also created a scholarship in honor of Adrian, and over the years, they have helped hundreds of students at the Black Hawk Outreach Center pay for their GED exams. And you can revisit our two-part story on last year's 20th anniversary of Adrian's murder. We have it playing right now on the News 8 Plus app.